Welcome back to the Rich Life Diaries podcast. In today's episode, I wanted to share with you 3 things that I've done in the last week to pull me out of a slump. So let's get into it. Welcome to Rich Life Diaries, the podcast where we talk real strategies for creating abundance, building a business you love, and designing a life that actually feels good. If you're done playing small and ready to create your dream life, you're in the right place. To be completely transparent, the last, maybe 5 to 6 weeks, I've just been feeling like really flat. And I don't know whether it's the weather, like it's been raining a lot on the Gold Coast and it's just been really overcast and cold. And I had a holiday that I went on recently and, this sounds terrible complaining about a holiday. The holiday was fun in the end, but it wasn't what I expected. I booked this girls' trip and it got cancelled. So I ended up spending like 10, 11 days by myself of a 14-day holiday. So that was interesting. And I didn't take anything with me to do work or anything like that. So I was just kind of left sitting there in my thoughts. And I think the other things that have contributed to my negative mood would be, definitely the tax bills. I think that was the catalyst that kind of pushed me off the edge. I received all these tax bills all at once, which I didn't expect because I pay my BAS quarterly and I prepay for tax up front sort of thing because I don't like to get big bills that scare the shit out of me. So I pay it every quarter. And these tax bills that they weren't planned for. Yeah, so I think it was a combination of those things. Yeah, I don't know. And also too, there's so much stuff on social media at the moment, so negative about the war stuff going on and, Australia's cooked. Get out of Australia. Australia sucks. Like there's just all this negative stuff at the moment. I don't know if it's just on my news feed, but every time I go on Instagram, it's just like, Australia's cooked, the taxes and all this stuff about Albo and it's just so heavy. And I've just been feeling it. Like I've been feeling really just heavy and flat and just a bit down in the dumps, like, which is not like me. I'm normally a very positive person. So I've just been struggling internally to try and like smack myself out of the state because I know better than anybody, like your vibration is everything. And if you are sitting in a low vibration, you're not going to be attracting positive things. You're going to be attracting low vibration things. So I've been trying to like smack myself out of this state for the last 5 weeks and I've been struggling. I'm aware of it though, so that's good. But anyways, basically in this episode, I just wanted to share with you, there's 3 things that I've done, or maybe 4 things actually, that I've done in the last week that have just really shifted my mood. And I just wanted to share those things with you, just in case anyone else is feeling like this as well. So the first thing that I've done is I did a breathwork class. I did that last Tuesday actually. So that was super helpful and it was really different to the normal breathwork classes that I do. And I don't mean the actual class itself. I mean my reaction and what came through. Normally my breathwork experiences are really beautiful and like spiritual and positive, and I get all these, amazing things that come through. But last week, far out, man, like, fuck, it was heavy. I felt anger. I had all this anger coming up and I don't know where that comes from because I'm not an angry person. And anyway, I had to express it. Like I remember I had this internal fight during the class where I was kind of like, because anger isn't an emotion that I feel, or it's not an emotion that I let myself feel. I think it's because when I look at anger, I associate anger with like violence and things like that. So it's just an emotion that I try to avoid. Anyway, I've been feeling angry and it just came through really strong. And then I just ended up giving up and going, okay, just let it come through, let it come out. And during the class, they give you these bolsters that if you want to scream into the bolster or something, which I've never done. So I just felt it and I just grabbed the bolster and oh my God, I screamed the house down. Thank God I had that bolster because if I didn't have that to like muzzle me, I would have been scaring all the neighbors probably in that area. It was like a big release, I suppose, just screaming, getting all the frustration out, all the anger out or whatever was there. I just had a bit of a release, I suppose, with that. So for some of you that aren't sort of familiar with what breathwork is and what that could look like, so I've been doing different breathwork classes over, I don't know, maybe 10 years to be honest. And it is really hard to find a good breathwork class because I've done a lot of different classes with different practitioners, and you will have a very different experience depending on the practitioner. Like, I know the gym that I go to locally, they run breathwork classes. I've gone to their breathwork class. Look, it was a beautiful meditation. It wasn't, did I go deep into this other place where I felt like I was out of space? No. But did I have a nice meditation, calm, relaxing, chill? Yes. And if I'm being honest, a lot of the breathwork classes are like that. They're more just meditation classes. It's hard to find a good breathwork class where the practitioners know, it's like they put a mixture of things together. I think it's a range of like the music that they're playing and the type of breathwork, because there's all different types of breathwork you can do. There's Wim Hof, there's all different types. But the breathwork class that I do, it's breathwork Byron, just so you know. And they do this breath that's just in and out of your mouth. And they play, certain tracks. I think the music has a lot to do with it, to be honest. I think it's a range of the breathwork. So breathing in and out of your mouth, the music playing, and then it's also the practitioners come around and they use their instincts, I suppose, to touch you if they feel like you need, help with releasing. They'll come over and they might touch you on your shoulder, or they'll sort of touch you up under your neck and help try and move things through. And I feel like, as I said, I've gone to a lot of different places. There's another place in the Gold Coast that I've gone to, and I've had different experiences depending on the teacher. So it's called Breath House, actually. It's in Burleigh, but I've gone once and had a really good experience, like the Byron breathwork experiences that I'd have. But then I've gone other times and it's just been like a meditation. So as I said, I feel like it's really hard to find a good, proper breathwork class where they actually know how to drop you into that. I don't even know how to explain it. It's out of this world. Like, it's just when you're in that place, it's like you're out of your body when you're in a proper breathwork class I'm talking about. So the breathwork Byron that I've been to, as I said, I've done, I don't know, maybe 10 of their classes. All 10 of them have been completely different experiences. But as I said before, none of them have brought up anger. Like, I'm someone that I usually cry during breath work, but it's not because I'm upset. It's just like a release. Like, crying's a release. Crying's a good thing. It's just like releasing stuff. And I've had all different random experiences. One of them, I think recently, I just dropped into this place and then I just felt, and look, some of you are going to be sitting there rolling your eyes going, oh my God, she's going into woo-woo stuff. But I'm just sharing my experience. You can judge me or whatever. I don't care. But this is what happened. I was laying there and then I just dropped in and then I just felt this word kept coming through, mother. And I'm like, what? Mother meaning my mom or mother? And it was like, no, mother, like Mother Earth. And I just felt really connected to the earth. And I felt this sadness coming through from mother or the earth. I know it sounds a bit wacky, but this is what came through. So whatever. Yeah. So this is the experiences that I normally have. And then I just remember feeling like this deep sadness for Mother Earth with what's going on at the moment in the world. And all this came through. And then I saw myself sitting in a field. There was cows around me and I was leaning up against this tree. And I just felt this connection to the tree and to the earth. Like, these are the kinds of experiences that I normally have. And I know some of you are going to be sitting there going, oh God, just get to the point. I just want to find out the 4 things to get me out of a slump. I don't need to hear this woo-woo shit. But I'm just telling you, just for the people that are interested in this kind of stuff, that breathwork can be truly amazing if you find the right place to go, that people that really know how to get you into those kind of experiences where you go, I don't even know how to explain it, like outer space kind of shit. But yeah, so that's the classes that I normally do. And that's why it was strange for me to have that experience of feeling anger, because that's not something I normally feel. Normally I feel more connection. I feel really connected to everybody in the room. Like, it just feels like we're all one. Yeah, I normally have those kinds of experiences with breathwork. So that's why this one was a little bit unusual last week, where I just had all this like anger come through and I just had to like let it all out. But I tell you what, fuck, it felt good. And I've done this before many years ago with the screaming thing. Like, sometimes, you just feel like anger coming through and you just need to like express it. I know in the past I've waited until I'm in the car and I'm driving and there's no one around me and I'm just like, and just like screamed, and you're like, oh God, that feels good. It just feels like a big, like, you're just letting it all out. because you don't want to bottle up those negative emotions. I have a theory in life. I feel like if you bottle up all those negative emotions like anger and jealousy and whatever, and you're not like expressing them out of your body, like either crying or screaming or whatever, I feel like that's what turns into disease in your body. That's my theory on life. Some of you might not like me saying that, but I feel like suppressed emotions are not a good thing for the body, and you need to let them out when they want to come out. Just let them out. It's all good. The second thing that I did that shifted my mood was I watched on the plane, actually, I watched the Michael Jackson movie. And then recently I've also watched the Kylie Minogue Netflix series about her life and stuff like that. And it's just kind of got me back into that music, because I've kind of forgotten how good Michael Jackson's music is. And Kylie Minogue in excess. Oh my God, because she talks a lot about Michael Hutchinson in the Netflix series. And just listening to the music, it's like, oh, I've forgotten about this music, because I always listen to more top 40 pop stuff. And in the last, 4, 5, 6 days, I've been listening to all those old songs from the 80s, like all those real classics, that poppy sort of just uplifting, upbeat, fun songs. And yeah, I've been listening to them in the car and just been dancing and singing away. I'm one of those crazy people you see going down the highway, like dancing and driving and like singing out loud. But it just feels good. It shifts your mood. Like listening to good, upbeat, happy music really shifts your mood. Well, it has for me anyway. So that's definitely something that I've noticed that's kind of just made me feel happier and made me feel better, is music. And if you're just listening to music, or if you're like dancing along to the music or singing along, or, just belting it out in the car like I was this morning, I just feel music really shifts your mood. So that's the second thing that I've noticed in the last week that I've done that's just made me feel a bit happier and more positive again. The third thing is exercise. So when I was overseas, I didn't do much exercise because I was in Europe and it was really hot, like stinking hot. So I didn't really do much walking or anything. So I was away for about 2 weeks. So I didn't do any exercise while I was away. And maybe the week before I didn't sort of do much either. But since I've come back, I've gotten back into my routine of doing Pilates, trying to get lots of long walks in and all that kind of stuff. So I think exercise is definitely a thing that can shift your mood. I know a lot of people, people that are serious joggers and, they love doing high cardio because they say it literally makes them feel better mentally. So I think exercise is definitely up there for shifting you out of a slump. And the fourth thing that I've done, so earlier this week, about 4 or 5 days ago, I was thinking that I hadn't been doing my gratitude journal lately. And I have noticed that when I'm grateful and I'm doing my gratitude journal, regularly, like every day, I've noticed that really good things come to me. I'm making more money, I'm making more friends. Like life just flows more better when I'm feeling grateful and when I'm writing my gratitude journal every day. But I haven't been doing it because I've just been feeling not grateful. I've been feeling, negative. And then I'm getting on social media and there's just more negative stuff feeding into me. And it's just putting me more down into that negative headspace. I'm like, right, I've got to get back into gratitude every day. So I downloaded an app I think it's called Gratitude Journal. And it just sends me little notifications every morning to remind me to do my 3 things, which is good because I need a little bit of a nudge. Otherwise, I just get out of the habit. And yeah, every morning I just jump in there and write 3 quick things that I'm grateful for that day. I actually watched Oprah Winfrey's podcast this week as well. That's another thing I've done. And she talked a lot about gratitude in her latest podcast. And she said it's her religion. Gratitude is her religion. She practices it like a religious practice. Every day she's grateful for 5 things, and she's done that forever. And she says that, her life is just better when she's grateful every day. And I think it's powerful. Being grateful every day is powerful because you're sending out a higher vibration to the universe or to God or whatever you believe in, that, you're really grateful for the things in your life, and it sends out positive vibes, right? So that's the 4th thing that I've done this week that I feel like it's just really shifted my mood. Like I'm just feeling a lot happier and more positive again. So they are my 4 things that I have done in the last week to get me out of my slump. So breath work, listening to upbeat, fun music, exercise, and gratitude, and writing in a gratitude journal every day. So, guys, I hope you found this episode useful. And if you are feeling in a slump, please go and do those 4 things. And make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you back here in a few weeks. See ya.